synth sounds and stuff because we've got the Prophet and then a Moog Voyager and a bunch of other crap over in the rack here, and I kind of wanted to hear the Sylenth up next to a bunch of other analog synths. So I've got the first batch of in bass sounds. So I'm going to hit play here, and we'll kind of listen to a few analog ones, and then randomly and secretly, no one will know when, it's going to switch to Sylenth. And what I'm looking for... I
don't even know when it's going to switch.
Nobody does. And so I'm trying to look for that spot where I go, oh, this just got cheap. This just got crappy or digital or fake or whatever. Because that's the big thing for me is I decide, like, do I really want to hang on to these, almost $2,000 synths and stuff. So let's just listen to these. And that's the that's Prophet.
That's good. Sounds pretty good.
There's nothing wrong with that bass sound, but it's not really.
These are all presets.
Yeah, I just too lazy to make. All right, and the thing for me, all the red ones were the Sylenth things. There's not really, like, you're listening to all these, like, super badass synths, supposedly badass, whatever, analog synths, and it gets to the digital guy, there's not, like, this obvious, like, well, that turned to shit. I don't hear that.
Yeah, that's one thing I also liked about this synth. It was just, I thought it had a really nice low end. Everything, like all the down, all the bass sounds really have a good.
You had
tone.
Example that I thought kind of exemplified. Oh, is this it?
That's the sound I made.
Yeah. And you can hear it. It goes boom. Like there's a kapow in there.
And that's just one sound that I made.
And that reminds me of something more like the Prophet, where you can just hear that the low end done right. And you kind of hear that sometimes in soft synths every once in a while, but a lot of times not. Like it's just lacking that bottom octave in the right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else we haven't covered?
I guess just kind of the basic. You want to go over just the basic layout of the whole deal, how it kind of...
Yeah, we can take a look at it here. Okay. All right, well, you do your thing. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about with this stuff, really.
Well, the first thing you pretty much notice about it is just the layout, and it's pretty simple. So, I mean, if you kind of know how a synth works, I think it's pretty easy to understand. Like we kind of talked about earlier, you have 4 oscillators, 2 on this part A here, and then 2 on part B. And like I said before, one of the main things I thought was really cool was being able to control the amount of voices that each oscillator has. And that's right here on each of them.
And I want to point out, too, like, again, the Prophet has 8 voices, and that's it.
And that's for all the oscillators together.
Yeah,
right?
they use the unison then. With this thing, when you have 4 different oscillators that can all do 8 voices of unison, in terms of actually just voicing, like it's 4 Prophets, like that's a big deal in terms of creative whatever.
It's definitely useful. And then over here you kind of have, you control the level of mix A is going to be oscillators A 1 and 2, and then mix B 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then you have your master volume.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about the filters. Part A has its filter here. You got all your basic ones, low pass, band pass, and high pass. That's it.
Now, like, Massive's got all kinds of, like, those screens and all
Massive has a lot of filters, or a lot more than 3.
Yeah,
Definitely some
this is definitely more old
crazier
school.
stuff.
Old school here.
It is, yeah.
Which is okay. I mean, it sounds fine, but again.
I wish there was more. And yeah, then part B, same thing. Filter, same spot. And then there's this filter control here, which we talked about being kind of the master control for the filters. Both of them at the same time. Then you have your envelopes here that are kind of just like the LFO he had opened up a second ago. Limited. Can't modulate some of the stuff I'd like to. Then you have LFOs. And then this over here is where you can
what's
use...
that do?
Well, this is where you can use, like, say you wanted your velocity to modulate, whatever, your volume. That's how you make your sound velocity sensitive there. Mm-hmm. Or you can either cut off the filters, have the velocity do that, or any of these things, the mod wheel.
So your standard modulation buses, I guess, then,
yeah.
Okay. But again, it'd be nice to be able to send those to a million other places.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
I don't know.
The gist of it here.
I liked how obvious the controlling the bend range was. Right here, you can go up 2 octaves.
All right.
And I know in Massive, it took me like a week to figure out how to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, let's sum this thing up. We'll go to the minuses first. The minuses are you can't do any what I'm going to call modern routing. You're stuck with this kind of old school design where limitation is supposed to be better, and I don't know if I buy that. Do you think the reverb sucks? I thought the reverb was badass.
I don't think it's I don't think it sucks. I just don't it could be better.
I thought it was freaking awesome. I love it. What else did we get? We didn't like the fact that the master filter control couldn't be modulated or whatever.
Or controlled or whatever. Yeah. What did you think about just all of the built-in effects? This as like a general.
I thought every one of them was done right. The thing the effect that impressed me the most was the delay actually.
Yeah.
They did
let's open that up.
And delay is a weird thing because it really just goes delay, but
look at all those knobs.
Yeah, that's good. But I found it just really, really musical, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. Really, I kind of grew to like a lot of them. I really like using the phaser. The chorus sounds nice. The distortion, it seems like I have a hard time kind of getting those to sound good. Some of the presets, they have them sounding good. Maybe I just don't know how to do it right.
Here, crank it up.
It just kind of starts sounding farty.
Yeah, okay, not really.
But you have more than just overdrive. You have all these here, but they're just kind of different characters of farts, really.
Yeah, kind of a juicier one, and then the silent one. There's a silent fart. Yeah, okay, so it does something, but it's just not really.
Yeah, but like I said, some of the presets sound great when they have distortion on them. I don't know what they're doing there, but
the compressor, nothing really special about that. Just controls dynamics.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. Just having an onboard compressor is pretty cool. I mean, you can kind of gives you that last line of defense in your sound. I think you.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably just slap it on the insert of something, like 1176, something I've got. But it doesn't hurt to have. It didn't really have any real character. Kind of reminded me like a stock Cube-based compressor. Nothing really special about it, but worth having. Okay, well, I guess that covers all the bads, and we just switched to effects for no reason, or maybe there was a reason. And then the goods. I just
wanted to see what you thought.
The goods are it sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds good. The arpeggiator is really good.
It's really giving me a run for money, like deciding if I want to hang on to like the Prophet and the Moog, because I find this just so musical, and particularly with the presets you can monkey with, but also making new sounds too. It's just something about this. You just jump in and you can make stuff. Yeah. And inspiring, I think, is a good word.
I'll show you one of my favorite features here.
All right.
ES2 has this. Massive does not. The randomize.
All right.
Hit it. Totally random. Everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do it again. That one was better. One more. We do this all day, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, that doesn't sound like anything. It's totally random. So sometimes you get
It didn't really count.
Nothing.
Cool.
Yeah, I could just, what I do sometimes is I hit random and just save like the ones I like. I'll just sit there for like an hour just going through random sounds.
So you don't know a damn thing about making sense. You just use the random until you find something good.
Every sound that I bring, I show you like, hey, check us out, I made this sound. It's actually just I got lucky on random.
All right. Well, I guess this pretty much concludes the video. I don't think we need to do anything else. And if we left anything out, well, that's just tough shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm Brandon Drury.
I'm Minivanz.
Out.